Hello everyone, it is Thursday, my dudes, which means we are here to talk about this week's episode of Agatha All Along. This week was episode 3, and I'm going to get into some spoilery talk later on, and just kind of give my overall thoughts on where I think this show is going. Thank you, Twitter, for reminding me to put my phone on silent. So professional. Anyway, overall, I feel like this episode's on par with the first two. I think it's alright. The show still is maintaining this level of I'm entertained, and I think it's alright so far. But again, we're only about now a third of the way through the show. One thing did happen that I did not expect. And, normally I would assume that, such a thing would kind of raise the stakes a little bit and give the implication that, things absolutely can happen in the show. Excuse me. But the last time I thought that when it came to a Marvel show was during Secret Invasion. And, yeah. No. I guess they did do one other thing with that. I'm being vague at the moment. Just to kind of avoid spoilers for the moment. Overall, not a bad episode this week. I found it enjoyable. A little humorous in some instances. It's not been, I don't feel, as jokey as some Marvel stuff has been over the last few years. And like I said, overall, it's just been an alright and enjoyable ride. Hopefully it keeps it up. Hopefully I can get to the end of this and be like, you know what? Solid B. Or better. So anyway, that out of the way. So the vague thing that I was talking about is the fact that they killed a character. They kill off Sharon, Mrs. Hart, which was not expecting. Also, shout out to her just still being freaking Kitty from freaking that 70s show. Shout out to her just still being that. Which, you know what? Fine by me. It explains how some of her reactions to stuff, particularly when she started sinking through the rock, was, not quite what you would expect someone should probably react like. But whatever. I just kind of took it as this is just her. This is just her as a person. So, yeah. She's gone, which means they're now one person short. Granted, they were always one person short. They don't have a Green Witch. And kind of the way I think this series is going to go, I feel like each episode between 2 and the finale are going to be one trial per episode. Because you figure from 2 to 9, there's 6 episodes. Why did I need to count that on my fingers? I suck. And there should be 6 members here. You have Jen, which this episode was hers. This was the potion trial. You have, Lilia. I should probably pull up the, cast list here, that way I don't, forget anybody. Although I'm totally going to. Okay. So, we have Jen, which this was her episode. We have Lilia, the diviner. We have Alice, who's here to figure out what the hell happened to her mom, which we get a little hint of that this episode. It appears she might have killed herself, which we do get a little bit of everybody's past in this episode, minus Teen, which I have an idea who he is. It's either obvious as fuck, or I am falling for a serious red herring. But we're gonna have Lilia, Alice, Jennifer, her, Agatha, the Teen, and eventually, at some point, we gotta bring back Rio, who is their Green Witch. Lily has predicted it. She's the Green Witch that needs to be on the road with them. So, 6 episodes. 6 witches, 6 episodes. We've done Jan. So, the next 5, I'm assuming, are the other witches' trials. And then the finale will be the finale. So, that's where I think this show is going, in terms of structure. Now to talk about the Teen. Because this episode either dropped the biggest, and I mean biggest, like all but confirmation on who he is, or it's planted the biggest red herring, and they're playing against genre-savvy people, like myself. There's a moment in the show where Jen is talking to the Teen about the possibility that Agatha sold off her son to get the Darkhold, the Book of the Damned. And Agatha's hallucination in this episode is the sound of a baby crying, and in the crib is the Darkhold. And Jennifer makes the comment, I don't think she'd recognize him if he showed up at her door, because nobody knows what happened to him. And, man, on that note, though, I'm gonna love just hearing how insane people go with the fact that Mephisto got name-dropped in this episode. So he exists, just will we ever see him? But, yeah, I'm definitely thinking that, the Teen is gonna wind up being Agatha's son. How? Why? No idea. And that's part of the problem. It's like, we don't know when Agatha's son was born, like when she had him. Or how, I don't remember how long she's had the Darkhold, or anything like that. Probably should have rewatched a little bit of WandaVision before this. At least, like, the last couple episodes of it. Because that's really when we get to see Agatha be Agatha. So, yeah, that's either obvious as shit now, if it wasn't before. Although, again, I do remember some people thinking that he was going to be Wiccan. So, maybe not entirely obvious. But, yeah, no, I'm definitely thinking that he's Nicholas. So, or it's a giant red fucking herring, and I'm going to be surprised. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I'm still looking forward to next week. And, you will see me back here. Same time, same place. Y'all have a good one, and enjoy.